Alrighty. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on when you see this. Hose is back. Alright, we are back with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Now, apparently there's been an update to this game for some reason, I guess. So they added new options here. So there's like a gallery now, and I think here there is an autoplay, I think. Or yeah, see there's like this story mode stuff. And I know there's an autoplay feature, which is nice, but of course nothing is voice, so obviously I'm not gonna use that. Also, as you can hear, I think the game is quieter. So I'm gonna play a little bit. If it still sounds too quiet, I'll raise the volume. But it was loud a lot. It was really loud before, but I don't know why. But it sounds quiet, so we'll see how it's gonna go. It has been a really long time since since the last time we played Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Like a really long time, to where I kind of don't remember what's going on. So I think we're really gonna just wing it. But I believe what I remember is we did the first trial of Lana, Skye, and I believe we are in court with the food vendor girl right now. I believe that's where we are. Let me see. I think we're trying to see how she fits as a witness, if she's like credible. I believe we found out that she was in a completely different spot than where she says she was. She keeps like lying and things. So she's been actually watching overhead instead of like walking up on the other. So first she claimed that she was on the other side of the garage looking at Lana Skye killing the detective guy, but really we found out eventually that she was actually on Lana Skye's side on the little like security area on the top of the garage. So that's where we are right now from what I can remember. So let's go back in. Let's see if this is still quiet or not. I think so. I might need to like stop a recording at some point. Yeah, but look, there's an autoplay feature now. So it's very interesting that they updated this game. So yeah, here we go. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. That's right. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star. Yeah, Angel Star, right. How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel Star. Yeah, I think we're gonna turn up the volume. Hold up. Witness, what have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. Okay, I think this is way too quiet. I'm just gonna turn it up now. Give me one moment. Okay, I turned up the volume. It should be better now, I think. We're gonna see when it does the objection and flash and stuff. We'll see. What have you done? Yeah. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Skye? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense. She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. Objection! Whoa. Did that objection sound different? But yeah, I think it's still too quiet. Hold on. So I'm gonna turn up the sound one. I don't think I'd have to, but it's really quiet. Here we go. It still stands. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review and what we know. Yes. Okay, this sounds a lot better. Miss Star witnessed the crime from the security guard room. Alright. But she lied and said she saw it in Block B. It must have been a vital difference, but what? What would change? Difference in lighting? The angle of view of the crime. Why the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change? The angle? What do you mean? Because obviously she's more elevated because the box is on the top. Well, the security guard station is on the 2nd floor, and she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime. And this is important why. Perhaps you'd like to okay. What? Miss Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from the B block. It must have been a vital difference, but what? What would change? I guess it would be distance, I guess. Yeah, even this screen has changed too, I think. Yeah, this screen is not how it was, so they really switched some things around. What an interesting way to update this game. Alright. I guess it must be the distance. I don't think, it's definitely not lighting, so it must be distance. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Objection! My condolences, Mr. Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. Objection! Yeah, why does the ejection sound different now? I need to hear Edgeworth's objection again. What she saw is not in question there. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime, which is true. Because the other one was the fence. Miss Star, you witnessed the crime for the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime, where you arrested Miss Skye? For witness. Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches have gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PBJ lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend? He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what it was doing, I found myself running toward the scene. But the door was locked. It couldn't open. Oh, so she had to go all the way around. Okay. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in Block B. That's quite a detour. Indeed. If it's true. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. But 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. Okay. You have a point, but the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Yeah, because I need to figure out what the frick I'm gonna... Because I need to remember everything. What kind of parking is a particular office lot? Yeah, this was Edgeworth. It took her 5 minutes. Do I? I don't think so. Yeah, we're just gonna obviously just say, yes, I have something. Let's see. Objection! I swear it didn't used to sound like that, though. 5 minutes between the witness and the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente. I've got bunk slouches that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blink. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd just flee the scene. Well, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. Okay. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Well, I guess it wasn't evidence, but it's more just common sense. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yeah! Well then, it seems you've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the Kava Queen has been dethroned. With that, court is adjourned. Oh! Who is that? Don't tell me it's... Oh, it's her? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off of me. I prefer to not take the defendant team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple decker. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Here we go. I should have mentioned these 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the... I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe, did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. The other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Wouldn't that evidence suggest that she was near when she was stabbing? Because how would blood get on the top of the shoe? Or unless I'm just thinking wrong. What? There was blood found on the shoe. Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection!
Hold it. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed. Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. Okay. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. No evidence, rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, those shoes is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty solid. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecution is complete, notwithstanding. It appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty has properly judged. A white enamel shoe. Oh, there's blood of Skye and Truman. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine. Wait, but how could there be blood on... could there be blood from Skye? She didn't get hurt, right? Why would there be blood from her? Oh, wait, do you see this? Look, look, look. Look at that. On the text on the top right, there's actually shows how many text dialogue she has. What the frick? What a great time to actually not play this game, because now there's good updates. That's crazy. Okay, let's press about this. Okay, but seriously though, why did the voice change? What happened? VA change? You can say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types: A, B, O, and AB, and O plus or whatever. However, you can tell from a blood test whether murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person, or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said that there's very little doubt it could be anyone's blood, Miss Lana, Skies. So the suspect's blood was found in the victim's shoe. What? Okay, see, now the one thing I would like is a log. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, well, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the shoe? There is. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. The gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you pepper fish guts now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Oh, that's the only thing I guess I didn't do. Is, look at the shoe. Yeah, it's this one, no? What? Oh, dirty there. It's the top of the shoe, no? The problem with this evidence is here. Where? Take the finger and point it at your own head, Mr. Wright. Guess that wasn't it. I thought I wasted time. Well, that was a nice break. Let's return to the testimony, shall we? Okay, let me look at this myself. Yeah, but like, how would there be blood on top of the shoe, though? This blood is my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right heart was bandaged when I saw her in jail. Oh. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Okay, but then there's these blood stains on the bottom. Ah, there's blood here too! On the sole of the shoes, it's got to be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood, it's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. Is it? So are we saying that the other one from before was the one we needed? Wait, whose shoe is this again? This is her own shoe, right? Okay, I must be some kind of stupid. I don't think I'm getting something. Okay, so it's the bottom of the shoe? Take that! Yep. Why did the voice change? Seriously. Where's take that? I wonder if you noticed there's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your own blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe? Oh, good. It's the victim's shoe. The victim here is Skye's shoes, no? Yeah, it is also the same pattern. Because she stabbed. Is it this? The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint because there should be no blood on the floor? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why would any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Oh, there was no footprints. See, this is getting way too beyond big brain of me. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Huh. As you can see, there are no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. There are contradictions your claim about this shoe. This contradicts your claim. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Hold up. What was this? What? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Wait, actually, Edgeworth is not saying these words anymore, is he? What is going on? I see, now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside and knocked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A Leonard weapon. Rawr. I thought this was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're the new slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chef's prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Oh, was she so she could wash away the footprints? Ah, you don't mean. Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. It's to wash the footprints. To erase the bloodstains that became evidence against her, right? That ties up things quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. And after the deed was done, she would knock over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Skye's right hand was hurt. Did you say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She should have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. Who's it this time? I'm sorry, little girl, what did you just say? Oh, it's Emma. Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints? Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, does that tell me you have something else? Objection! Okay, so Edward did say objection this time. And it's the original, so Phoenix's VA changed for some reason? The time for deliberation is past. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare the Kappa Queen. Look at this. Oh, a photograph. I had it just in case anyone had. Oh no, because the defendant is Lana, victim is the. Oh, I'm dumb. I had it just in case anyone would gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in the photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I could help after all. It's not really your fault. I knew I would have won this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. Sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Oh, Mia's still talking to us without Maya being nearby. Get yourself off. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Alright. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. So is this a shorter trial? Here we go. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whoever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it would be too late. Look at this photograph. The one last submitted. Trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright. Excuse me. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the courts the problem that is on the photo. What is that? What is this? Also, I haven't saved in a while, so this is really bad. Okay, so here's the shoe. As you can see, there's the blood right there. But it doesn't show the other sole of the shoe. Oh, is the knife is... The knife is still in the chest? What did Wright say? Did Wright say she cut herself after she stabbed him? But also this is weird. What is this? Well, I can't get this wrong, or I'm gonna have to skip ahead. It's gotta be the knife, right? Well, it's probably here. Oh god. Okay, good. Wow. We got lucky. It didn't check us out. Okay, so what is this? Is this something? The problem in the photograph is here. What's this? What is that? Okay, so it is that one. What is that on the muffler? Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? It's just... You just said muffler. Yeah, what's wrong with that? However, I see no trace of a muffler or a scarf of any kind in this photo. What? Muffler is also part of on a car and a motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as the part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see. What's this suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the muffler? So what if there was something sticking out? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Objection! Sorry, Miss Star, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you would think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. The cloth and the muffler? I have no idea. All we haven't done is we haven't used these two yet, or at least this one. Because this one you can't see the exhaust from here. It's probably not this. I have no idea. Okay, that's not it.
Objection!
Okay, what? Part of this is related to this. What? Oh, there it is. The word muffler was overheard during a call made. That's what it is. I'm dumb. Miss Starr, recall your testimony of the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had confused in my early testimony. Okay. Muffler. Okay. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of evidence, piece of cloth is vital evidence. Okay. So, how does that matter? But still, so Lana Skye still mentioned this to Emma, so this got definitely some significance. Well, it seems we have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Of the crime scene expected at once, and bring me that cloth. Verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed. I suppose so. Whew, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. He's still hungry? TBC. Alright. While I do that, let me go ahead and drink my chocolate milk. Okay. Well, this is why I have a good amount of time to play this game. But also, the Game Awards is happening too, so yeah, I'll be doing that as well. Although, I would like to do recording while doing it, but I guess I would have to look at it from my phone and then take clips from my, I don't know. I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. Or I could just do whatever, but I would have wasted 3 hours. If something happens, of course. February 23rd. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Well, what? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake, about to reach the surface. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there. Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with the piece of cloth. So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. I'm the one who started to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. What's up, cowboy? They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's why they told me when I was a youngin', at least. Officer Marshall. Thought I'd come to take a look at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw that today, too. She's wearing a red muffler. Oh, so we misinterpreted muffler. It actually is a scarf. What? At the reward ceremony that afternoon, I was seeing it too, Edward. What does this mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken? Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. But sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. So what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Woo-wee! Okay. Alright, time to resume the trial. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Edgeworth? There's something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubly over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock? Who's there? Oh, hello. Who is this? What's with this guy? A strange, fluffy, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom, and great music. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Oh, it's you. What's going on? Oh, sorry I'm late, Edgy. The roads were packed, it's just me. Long time no see, Edgy? How you been? Swim much with these days? Ah, hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, smizzy. Oh, judgy, or udgy. Oh, I thought you were talking about edgy as in Edgeworth, but udge for judge. Udgy, my boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all the trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. That little worthy? Mr. Wright? You don't know the district chief of police? Oh, he's the chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Why is he always just staring at us like that? Name's Gaunt. Damon Gaunt. Pleased to meet you, everyone. He's very cheery as a chief. So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to the courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worth it here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Oh, it's that. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Skye really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it would be stuffed into that exhaust pipe. A little worth his car, no less. So that's what it was in the pipe? It was the muffler. Is that the sheath? It really is quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you would call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Why? Where did that come from? Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? No, wait a moment, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no multitask mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth? That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... Your head is in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure. I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Well, I think Yes, well, all I think you have to do is... press the button, switch, and I'll cut my finger off, Mr. Wright. Right, I wouldn't be able to pound my gravel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger off, I wouldn't be able to point at it at anybody and at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Okay, I'm not in control. Wait! SL92. That must be the memo, isn't it? There's a small tag on the knife. It seems to say SL92. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident frame. But it's strange. What is? I'm not certain, but I get the feeling that I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this. Or letters that looked a lot like this somehow. Yes, I know what it is. It's broken! Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken. The dark red stain, blood. Switchblade knife added to the record. This does not excuse the action of the police department. I would like to hear the explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutor and the police and this knife? Sure thing. It's not a problem. Not even a little one, really. Here we go. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman. That it was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. And a detective was killed at the police department? See, what a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary evidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this case here, so you can't talk about it much. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush-hush information, Edgy. We haven't exactly enough.
Objection!
Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand. I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places? The chances of that are really slim, significantly speaking, of course. I like to exercise my right to cross-examine. Sounds good. Department in disorder. Because what is showing this number thing, it's actually the memo. This SL62. Look, because if you flip it upside down, it's SL6 or 9, SL9. I'm pretty confident, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wing it.
Objection!
Easy. There it is. Wait a second. Oh, at last, an honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has to be something to do with the Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Ahaha. An honest to goodness, what do you mean from Budgie? This is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL9 too. Oh! No, that's right. SL9 and 2. Never mind, it is what it says on the memo. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s 12 2? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside down? The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? SL9 2. There we go. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that says on the knife. Order. Well, Chief. Well, I guess the cat's out the bag. You win, righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the Defense Department evidence room. So this knife was from a... Okay, so this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it, in fact, a murder weapon? Nice. Good show, Littleworthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence for a long since solved. Case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgar's car? I think there isn't a connection there. That was a... Wait, what? It was stolen? 5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office. What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our own place at the same time. What are the chances? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening. Chief Gaunt, please tell us more about the incident. Two detectives were killed at 5:15. What at the prosecutor's office? What at the police department? This can't be a coincidence. And that knife, what was that doing in there? I'd better check this knife out.
Objection!
I didn't mean to do that. It's okay. I did that on accident. I meant to look at the knife. The small tag on the knife, it says SLS92. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. The 6. What is he here again? Also, I'm having a bad time right now. I'm falling asleep, which is bad. This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the apartment evidence room. Hmm. Let's see. Something happened to the department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp hungry. On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact, surprisingly, isn't it, Dodgy? I'm at a loss for words. This prosecutor, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. That's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, the only one thing. So I guess it's how the victim was killed? Well, how was the victim killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was when we were in the forest called a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirits we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. Seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. Okay, where was it? So tell me, where did you find the victim? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a sec. I've heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't you mean that in his testimony just now? Stolen in the department's evidence room, yes. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright? Happy? Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. When the link between the two cases is established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gaunt to testify about the details. Chief, the defense position is simply this. The connection between these two cases have already been proven. Huh, you don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in this testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There's no need to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You to make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to figure out what you deduced right there. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. I haven't been announced yet at all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What, really? Who would have guessed? Alright, we got more dialogue. I cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim of the department, okay? Okay, I need to finish this and then I'm gonna end it. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Oh, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. The victim's division. The victim's gender? Or the ID number? Division? Okay, what was the division? Oh, you want to know that, do you? Criminal Officer, Division 1. The detective is responsible for homicide cases. Homicide? That would be the same division as Detective Gumshoe. Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground, was homicide too. It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives. Except this serial killing happened simultaneously, significantly speaking. Well, I sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next to the list. Okay, I get it. I don't know if gender has to do with it, but let's do the ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. They give a like title and an ID number, sure. The number is 5842189. Okay, 5842189. It's the same one as Goodman's. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, did this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police station. Yes, this tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think, meaning, has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective was murdered, who was murdered at the police department. It tells you something. What does it tell you? This.
Take that!
Witness? What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. That's crazy. No, it's just I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come on with it. Guns blazing. Come out with both guns blazing like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. Two places, two detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. Yeah, this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. It started with a 2. I forgot it. You didn't even get that first number right again. The number the police gave us was 5842189.
Objection!
Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The two ID numbers are identical, in other words. The detective killed in the police office department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does your witness think about that? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Sharp as a hot tack, righto. Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 on the underground parking lot. Yet the detective Bruce Goodman was killed at the police department in the evidence room at the same exact time.
Objection!
impossible. So what you're saying is the same person was killed at the same time in a completely different location.
Objection!
All right. No, what I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The grave error? Miss Edgeworth, there's yours. What? How dare you? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer, Meekins, who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have you heard that name before? Wait, aha. Oh, it's that guy, the hoot guy. Yeah, this guy. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anyone on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that the report had nothing to do with this Lana Skye incident. Detective Bruce Goodman in the police department room evidence. Murdered. There. Miss Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this was a grave error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
Objection!
But sir, you could have submitted this report this morning to the court as evidence. Then okay, now his grin is getting disturbing now. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now that was the second rule of evidence law. Well, Mr. Wright? It's a... Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case or trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! Well, that was interesting, and I let this video drag on a little too long, so I'm gonna end it right here for right now. So thank you guys for watching. Good night, good evening, or good morning, depending on when you see this. I'll see you guys next time as we continue this. Well, actually, it looks like the trial's about to end, so I guess we're gonna look up more evidence on the police department side of this murder to see how these two are connected. I guess this really is connecting what the intro did, which was 2 murders at the same time. And a little intro scene, so it is playing out like that. So we're gonna see how this goes. I will see you guys then. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.